Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're talking about two stocks. We're talking about Netflix, which just hit its all-time high, the highest the stock has ever been ever. We're going to look at some of their numbers they just reported in the last 24 hours, guys, and see, does the stock even deserve to be trading where it's at, or is it massively overvalued? Then we're going to talk about Snapchat just a little teeny bit today, and that one just hit its 52-week low. The lowest Snapchat stock has ever been. It IPO'd at around $17. Now it's under 14, or not under 14, it's under 15. It's in the 14s. It's down like over 15% from what the IPO price it wanted for that stock. So ugly there. And then Netflix is just like, can do no wrong. So we're looking at both these today. So Netflix today hit 100, and at its peak it was at $185. It closed at $183.60 today. Absolutely amazing, guys. And we'll look at some valuations on that one. Snapchat, on the other hand, hit its all-time low today, $14.63 it hit today. That's the lowest the stock has ever been ever. It closed out at $14.73. So Snap, I just want to talk about first. We don't have too much to talk about with Snapchat because I did a video on Snapchat like last week or the week before. Not much to talk about there except it's a falling knife. It's a falling knife right now. It's an absolute falling knife, and I've been getting, Instagram people hitting me up and Snapchat people hitting me up and comments in the comments section like, Jeremy, are you going to start buying Snap? It's in the 14s. I don't want to buy it yet. It's getting very interesting to me because now we're talking about this company has a market cap of $17 billion. It's $3 billion in cash sitting on that balance sheet, and it has revenues that just went up 296% last quarter. So it's in ridiculous growth mode, like unbelievably ridiculous revenue growth mode. But I'm still not diving in this one yet because I think I've just matured in my investing career of understanding falling knives when I see one, and Snapchat is one. It's just in free fall right now. A lot of short seller pressure on that stock, a lot of negativity around the stock right now that could push it down further. The short sellers, they'll do anything to, push articles out there or whatever. There's a lot of underground stuff that probably a lot of people that aren't involved in the markets don't really know about or don't want to know about because you kind of want to be naive, and it takes away some innocence of the game when you find out some of this stuff. But there's a lot of negativity. There's going to be more piling on right now. So I'm just at a point with Snapchat where I'm like, I don't want to catch that fallen knife yet. At some point, yes, but not right now. Now is just not the time for me because it's shown no signs of anything positive about the stock yet. So, and if I happen to miss it and it shoots back up to the 20s, then I happen to miss it. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm dying to invest in Snapchat. I'm just interested in the company, but just not at these prices quite yet. It's just getting very interesting to me. One quick thing about this Snapchat that really bugged me is this article came out of Fortune today. Said buying quote, cool stocks like Snap and Blue Apron is dumb. That's the article out of Fortune there. So my opinion on this is I never buy IPOs. I've never bought into an IPO ever in my life. I think the closest in time horizon was probably Facebook, but I didn't buy into Facebook till it was already public for like 6 or 9 months or something like that. So that was the closest time horizon to actually investing in an IPO. I never invest in IPOs. I just don't because they're too volatile. Like I always tell you guys, the owners of the company are not going to sell that company when they go public for a cheap valuation. They want top dollar for that stock. They want top dollar for those shares they're about to give out, guys, at the end of the day. So the title's interesting because buying cool stocks like Snapchat and Blue Apron's dumb. You could say that about them, but then you look at a Tesla, a really cool stock, right? A Netflix, a really cool stock, an Amazon, and look at the valuations those trade at, and look at how well those stocks have done. So I think just saying, looking at those two stocks and saying buying cool stocks is dumb, look at all those other stocks that trade at these insane valuations and look at what their stock performances have done. So, I never want to buy into an IPO, but at the same time, I wouldn't just say, buying a cool stock is dumb because you would look at these two and yeah, it's like that, but then look at the other two and be like, oh, look at Tesla, look at Netflix, cool stocks over there, and look at the valuations they're trading at. So that's kind of my opinion on that. Let's talk about this real one. So Netflix hits its all-time high today as Wall Street gushes over its unmatched platform. Wall Street said Netflix had an unmatched global entertainment platform that few competitors are positioned to match, After the company reported strong second quarter results, the company added 5.2 million subscribers compared to what Wall Street thought it was going to do at 3.2 million. So that's a huge beat there, guys. Like, that's gigantic. Like, to do a 5.2 million number versus 3.2 was expected for new customers, that's a huge beat. Like, I can't overstate that enough, how big of a beat that is for Netflix. That's just really good business being run there. We also crossed the symbolic milestones of 100 million members and more international than domestic members. It was a good quarter, Netflix wrote in its shareholder letter. So very impressive there. Then we look at the valuation of this company. So right now it's trading at nearly an $80 billion market cap, guys. Almost $80 billion market cap. This is a company that had a profit, had net income this past quarter of what? You're thinking that with that type of market cap, maybe they had like $1 billion worth of net income or something like that, maybe $1.5 billion? No, they had $65 million in net income. They had $65 million in net income this past quarter, and that's trading at almost an $80 billion valuation right now, guys. The trailing PE on this, so taken in the last 12 months into account, is a 237 right now. The forward PE, looking at what next year's earnings are probably going to be, we're looking at about a 94 PE on this company, guys. These are astronomically high numbers here at Netflix, but of course they have such great growth going right now, and they've got Wall Street's blessing right now, which is huge. When you know everybody on Wall Street is so positive about Netflix right now that that's just the perfect scenario. When you've got everybody out there so positive on the stock, every article written, everything's got a positive spin on it. Netflix definitely has some things going for it right now. It's just amazing to me that this company's trading at an $80 billion valuation when they just had $65 million in net income this past year. Like, those numbers are mind-blowing to see a company like this trading at that. But that's what it's trading at, and people believe that there'll be some day when they're making $650 million in net income and $6.5 billion a quarter in net income. So a lot of people in that camp, and then just a lot of people are in this one just for the short term, just trying to ride this wave, the Netflix wave, however long it lasts, whether it lasts another 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then they'll get out. A lot of these swing traders and things do those type of stuff, guys. So it's amazing. Netflix all-time high, Snapchat all-time low. Let me know if you guys are involved with either one of those stocks, if you're buying either one of those stocks. I love to look at stocks that are either flying high like this or flying super low, because there's some things you can observe about a lot of the stock market. A lot of investing is perception. Although a company like Snapchat has unbelievable growth right now as far as the revenue goes, a lot of people the perception is, oh, there's Instagram's winning, so therefore Snapchat's worthless, and that's a lot of people's perception on that right now. And for right or for wrong, that's a lot of people's perception. Like, Snapchat's worthless because Instagram's winning. I wouldn't buy Snapchat with anything. And then you have Netflix over here, and Netflix reports great numbers. Certainly not the type of revenue growth that Snapchat has, but still great numbers, and people look at that now, and the perception is very positive. And I remember there was a day not too long ago, like a couple of years ago, when people were very worried about Amazon coming into space, Apple coming into space, Google, all these companies, with their own streaming services, and there was a lot of worry about Netflix a few years ago. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, about, oh man, Netflix, they're probably not going to win this war in the end. They got so much competition. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's big barriers to entry. A lot of it's perception, guys. A lot of, stocks moving up and down. At the end of the day, unfortunately, especially in the short term, it comes down to perception more than the financial numbers. I like to focus on the financial numbers because that is what will guide the stock over the long term. But short term, it's all perception, guys. All perception of whatever numbers that want to get looked at, those ones will get looked at, and the other numbers, right now, no one gives a crap about that. Netflix just made $65 million in net income this past quarter, and they got an $80 billion valuation. No one cares about that. They're just looking at the subscriber numbers. Those ones are good, and that's what's getting the focus. So it's all perception, short term. Long term, the numbers actually matter, guys. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this today. I love just looking at stocks like this every once in a while. And you know what, guys? Have a great day.